Enough with the background check talk. They don't do anything but pander to people's desire for everyone to follow the rules. This is getting ridiculous. They're simply pushing this nonsense so they can pass some legislation to stand their pride on. This isn't about the kids, it's about politics. Let's say they get their universal background check system. What exactly would be accomplished, besides completely bogging down the background check system that was trash to begin with? These universal background checks aren't stopping criminals from getting guns. But they definitely will help the government create a national registry on all gun owners. All you would have done was make it harder for the good people to get guns and easier for the future governments to take them away from those good people. All the while, Bebo Badass is walking around with a Glock 17 with no serial number, playing Duck, Duck, Goose to determine his next victim. But this isn't a surprise. Universal background check proponents will say it themselves. A universal background check won't stop criminals from getting guns. Just make it harder. Anti-gunners treat universal background checks like prescription medication commercials, where the medication will stop acid reflux, but possible side effects are that you might die or get AIDS if you take it. The side effects of universal background checks aren't worth the perceived reward. The government would have unrestricted access to my gun purchases, along with my personal information. That's even if I'm ever able to buy a gun, now that we've added a billion more hits to an already understaffed NICS system that has a hard time handling the current load. So now I'm at the gun store counter twiddling my thumbs, waiting for someone to say I'm not a criminal. If I was, I wouldn't be here trying to buy a gun where I know I'm gonna have to undergo a background check. I'd be out on the street getting a stolen one from Bebo Badass. Recently, I gave my mother a gun, so she could protect herself when I'm not there. Can you imagine how ridiculous it would have been for me to say, "Hey Mom, before I give you this gun, you have to go to a gun store to get a background check to make sure you're not a criminal." And that's not even the most ludicrous problem with universal background checks. In what fantasy land can we expect one criminal to require another criminal to undergo a background check before selling him the gun she stole yesterday? These are the side effects of universal background checks. Except anti-gunners aren't required to state them at the end of every commercial. Show me a universal background check that works against criminals and won't require universal registration, and then we can talk.